When do you want to pull away from a guy? Hi, I'm Sindy V King. I'm a creator of Calling in My King. I help transform high-achieving women to create lasting love through Vedic astrology, transactional analysis, and neuroscience so that she becomes the queen of love. And I did talk about ghosting. If you have not watched a video, if a guy ghosted you, I would go ahead and watch that video. You went on 3 dates, right? 3 dates with the guy and you didn't feel any chemistry. That's when you immediately tell him that you don't feel any chemistry whatsoever. Should you do it in person? I would say yes, because you had the audacity to meet this person and they took you out and they spent quality time. I would try to avoid as much text as you can. If you can get onto a phone call, I think that's really a valuable thing as well, and they might appreciate the feedback, and you can do the sandwich approach. And I teach that in my Calling My King about how do we do the ice cream approach of giving people the feedback of when you don't have any chemistry. And he would actually consider you to be a high value woman, especially a queen, because you had the audacity to tell him instead of ghosting him. And men and women do ghost, and I just don't believe in this sort of theory. Unless he's a super scary individual, then you can start writing in an email and text message. But if he's not scary, and I think if you kind of went through 3 dates, I would think it's appropriate to let him know I don't think he's that scary. This is you saying goodbye, and if he's happy to date you as a friend, you can give that option. And remember, I talk about this. Every no, there's always a yes behind that door. So if you're turning him down as a lifetime partner, but you're a yes for maybe potentially just being friends, date as a friend. You don't have chemistry for your friends. So that's what I mean by dating as a friend. All right, so number 2 is mirroring his behavior. So if he's pulling away, you should equally be pulling away. But if he's also not investing as much you want him to be investing, or you can always find the common denominator. And this is what I love about math and science here. There's always a common denominator. And you can put the standard down and not have some sort of ego battle with him. And if he's actually kind of disappearing on you, and I did a survey on this with my students, and I asked them, okay, so you got ghosted, let's find out what was the reason. So here's a few million reasons out there, but here's the common denominators that I found. So there's some sort of a shame he has, either through himself, or he didn't have the audacity to express what was going on and where was his standard. So it wasn't fair for you, and it wasn't fair for the relationship that you thought that you could potentially build with this person. And if you're overgiving, that's where resentment comes in, okay? So, or you agree to something and you are resentful for it. So number 1, I have found that he was ashamed from the last date that he had with you. So he did something that could be shameful, and that could be a little bit of a struggle on his side. So you got to make sure that that is clear. Getting back with his ex is another one. That could be really hard. And he didn't want to tell you that he's still communicating with an ex. And the third one, he's kind of rotating his dates. So it simply means that Monday he has a different date, and Tuesday it's a different person, and he just didn't want to tell you that he's not ready to be committed. So some sort of shame on that. So those are the 3 common denominators that I have found through my students and through evidence, and also reviewing them, and we just found that that was the main 3 reasons. So you mirror off his behavior, and simply you don't, watch that video about if he pulls away. I will link that at the end of the video. You can go watch that if you haven't. So, okay. So the 3rd big tip is the red flag. So not like following through his commitment. So he's not meeting to your standards and what he negotiated, and he didn't renegotiate what he made a commitment to. So that could be really hard on him. So that might be the reason why he just decided to went silent on you, and he's trying to figure out how to do that. But just remember this, Rome wasn't built in one day. So you better find something fun to do for yourself at the meantime, and really be that brilliant, nurturing yourself. And I'm happy to let you know it's totally fine if you're ready to move on and you're not, still continue liking your picture. Great, you gain a fan, and that means that you're non-threatening. If he's still kind of lingering around you, but not indirectly, and that's totally fine. And it's annoying, and I get that, and you're like, I wish he just like said something. And you know what? Use that beautiful energy and do something creative and fun for yourself, and make yourself look like a glam, like a goddess, and be a queen, really. You don't have to be a diva about it. This is a big one. He's telling lies. He's not. You're finding out all this information, and it's not who he really is, what he said, or what he's written in a profile, or false pictures, anything that kind of deceive an individual. You can't start a relationship with false information and false, all lies and different story of their version. And it sounds like he might be married, possibly there might be a married man, and he's kind of hiding his identity of who he is. You don't have to, you can pull away from him, and just like I said, you can simply say you don't have any feelings for any chemistry for someone, and you can just give him like a nice sweet feedback, and that's about it. And you can move on. I think you have to raise your standard. That's what it really means. Okay, so he doesn't meet any of your non-negotiable lists, and I think that's really huge. I don't want you to be spending time with somebody who is non-negotiable on your list. And if he's like a drug addict and you don't see that as a great hobby, and he's snorting cocaine on weekends with his friends, and he's telling that he's such a great person and all that stuff, he comes from a great family, but truly, is it really truly compatible to you? Do you see that? Just remember that you might not like to be ghost, and the other person not like to be ghost as well. We are a grow human being as well. I recommend you watching the video that I did with Dr. Pat Allen. We talked about transactional analysis, how to communicate clearly and effectively in a loving way so that you can have a loving relationship in the future or currently right now. And we talk about the 8 weeks as well, and when you take immediate action. And then, like what I was mentioning earlier about in this video, that Rome was not built in 8 weeks. So honestly, the best thing that you can do is raise your standard, let him build it, invest time, give him the space and time to do it, so that he can actually feel at ease without you breathing on him. So let him, give him the time that actually miss you. What to do next when he returns, we talked about that in the next video. How, if you want to learn more about how to renegotiate your relationship with the person that you're potentially dating, or even in a romantic relationship currently. So I will end this video as is. Thank you so much for watching, and I had so much fun making this video because, you know, It's I just like being here with you guys. So I hope you guys are doing well. And in order to create lasting love, you just have to start. If you found this video helpful, please share it with your friends because sharing is caring. If you want my help in your relationship or dating situation, you can always book a time with me. Check out the link below. To stay in touch, subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit the bell button so you can be notified when I post new videos. Please go ahead, hit the like button because it encouraged me to create more contents like this every week for you. If you have any ideas for a video, please leave it in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time.